I'm gonna do this in one take and one try because I don't really want to re-record this over and over. I want it to sound natural. So, hi, I'm Jason, and I failed my idol project. Kind of. Let me explain. So, with the idol project finally capping off and us presenting our third iteration of the project, I'll be honest, I was a bit disappointed. Well, not a bit, I was a lot disappointed with how it turned out. It really wasn't how I expected it to be and how I planned it to finish, but that's what we got. My teammates, while they weren't perfect, they weren't that bad of a that bad of a group to work with. They weren't what I would have hoped for, but they honestly were the best I could have hoped for in the class, and that's fine with me. And if I had to say whether it was a positive or a negative experience, I don't want to say it was a bad experience, but I have to lean against negative. And it's not any knock on them. I just don't like working with people, and I've made that pretty clear from the start of the term. And I understand that's not a good mentality to have, and that's not the reality of working in big projects, especially in ITO. But again, that's just a preference of mine, and I understand if that's not. This is not an objective measure at all, right? It is a negative experience, but that's not a knock on them. What did I learn about myself in this project? Let's put a pin on that. Um, the kind of insights they gave us during the project weren't really anything that we as a team didn't already know. We probably should have prepared better. We should have done the logistics of getting the presentation done, and we should have combed through the finer details of the project. Those are all the things that we should have known but never really accomplished during the project, and that's why it's disappointing. If I had to think about the most significant learnings about the project, it's that I didn't really learn anything. That's why I failed. While I did get to perform my duties and I got to practice my skills during this term, I didn't learn anything new and I wasn't challenged enough to change my ways or change as a person and adapt. I just did what I normally would have done, and I kind of swept through the projects as I normally would have. I didn't learn, I didn't adapt, and I didn't really fail enough. I didn't fail enough in the project to learn anything. That's why I feel like I failed. I've failed to learn. There's nothing in this project, there's nothing in this actual subject that I feel like I took out of it and learned. So there you go. I failed. That's I don't know how to end this video. Sorry. Bye bye.